Alright, adding a finger on the left hand for all our pull-offs on the tap-in. So here's the first thing. Alright, next page. Okay, this one, tapping each bar twice. So, boom, boom, okay. One, just tapping up and down the C scale. Twice each bar, yes. Alright, that's that for the tapping. Now the rhythm. Alright, here's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, up, and 1, up, 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 and 3, up, and then the graduation piece. Let's see if I can run through this again. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and 1, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Whoops, I goofed up. Here we go. Take 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and 1, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, up, and 4, and 1, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, up, and Alright. Here goes the nightmare. And then this one, put the metronome on. Metronome. Turn off the signals. We're not interrupted. Okay. So, the goal is just to make the changes from 8th notes to 16ths to triplets back around. Timed perfectly with that, or as perfect as possible. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and that's that. Now, let me grab the book and touch on rhythm notation we looked at yesterday. Let's see. So, this is not going to be the most high-tech thing. This is the best I can do, I might imagine. So, hopefully you can see everything well enough here. So, we started with a 7/8 time signature. That means you have 7/8 notes that equal the length of the bar. So, as you see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. And then we go to a 4/4 time signature, which means we have 4 quarter notes that equal the length of the bar. And then it starts switching between the 4/4 and 6/4. So the 6/4 is 6 quarter notes that equal the entire bar. Looking at this, they could have easily just made everything 5/4 because it would have equaled the same thing over and over again. So I don't know why they didn't. No, I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so counting this out, I just made it simple on things like this. So that's why I counted it's like, was it and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So basically like starting on the upbeat of a regular 4/4 bar. And technically they could have done it that way and just made like a rest at the beginning of it. So again, there's all kinds of ways to notate things as far as rhythm goes, like note values. Definitely chord theory, we'll be going into that quite a bit pretty soon, maybe in the next couple months. Yeah, so anyway, so I believe over here I wrote down some notes, so that the open circle is a whole note, so that gets a count of 4. The closed circle gets a count of 2, that's a half note. The closed circle with the stem going up, it could go down as well. That gets a count of 1, that's your quarter note. When it has a 1 flag going across, that's an 1/8 note, so that's basically, it gets half a beat. So when you have 2 together, so basically 2 1/8 notes equals a quarter note, and then the 16th notes, you got the 4 16th notes that equal the quarter note, and the 16th note has the 2 flags going off of the stem. And then, so these are it's just straight 1/8 notes all the way through for all the guitar here. So just when you're counting this, you just have your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and so on. So the vocals are where we have some more uniqueness to the rhythm notation. So looking up here, that funky looking S, that is a quarter note rest, so that gets a beat of 1, and then it's followed by a dot. So a dotted, so anytime you dot something, that is adding half of that note value to itself. So half of a quarter note is an 1/8 note, so a dotted quarter note lasts as long as a quarter plus an 1/8 note. And then this right here is your half note rest. I remember it's a half note because it looks like the top hat. Hat, half. So the other one that goes down like a stalactite is me dropping my pen. And it's also your whole note rest gets a count of 4. Alright, so over here we got some vocals coming in, so you have a half note rest followed by a quarter note rest, so that's 3 beats, nothing happens, and then you have 3 quarter notes, so on beats number 4, 5, and 6. And then over here we have a dotted quarter note. Remember that little curve going down is just like basically a slide, a vocal slide down to nothing. So you have a dotted quarter note which lasts a beat and a half, so that goes across beats 1 and 2, and then this 1/8 note rest, that's what that is, an 1/8 note rest, that counts for the upbeat of 2, and then you got the half note rest for beats 3 and 4. And then you got the same thing here as you did up here. You got a half note rest followed by a quarter note rest. And then you got a quarter note on beats 4, 5, and 6. And then here you just have a quarter note on beat 1. And then quarter note rest for beat number 2. And then half note rest to fill out beats 3 and 4. So that's what we covered here. Now you started working on the next page, so when you bring that in tomorrow, we'll check and see how everything is going, so it's going correct. And then copy a bunch of other pages tomorrow as well, and continue on with that. Alright, let me know if you have any questions, but yeah, see you tomorrow.